Hey everybody, Graz here, GKBC. Like my new shirt? Moving. Oh God, there's a cat here. That's right, it's our Merlin boy.
Hi, Merlin.
Merlin.
He's such a nice
Hi,
kid.
buddy. Oh, fluffy tail.
Okay, go ahead. Go rub on the camera and yowl so that you can ruin our video. Okay, well, I'm here to make a video, obviously, or you wouldn't be looking at me. I don't know. I'm off the rail today, I guess. Quick little reading update. The first week in October was my worst reading worst reading week of the year. I keep track on a calendar right here. I've shown that before. And I averaged 58 pages per day through the first week. So I just didn't feel like reading. Kind of on a low, you know how life has up valleys and peaks. Well, I'm on a valley right now. This week we're going to try and find me somebody to talk to. Because mental health is not a joke. And I'm not making it a joke. I'm just trying to be positive. See, he's yowling. He's part of the video.
Didn't take him very long.
And that's the daughter over here playing one of her computer games, but actually being in the room with us when we film. Unless she's on screen or actually taking care of the camera, she usually leaves. So we're all just blessed today.
Do you want me to go in my room?
See, it's never going to happen again. Anyway, what happened?
Camera like.
Oh, is it still okay?
Yeah.
Okay. AJ's behind the camera doing her usual tricks to make me nervous. Anyway, today I finished book number 2 of the month, True Grit by Charles Portis. The first book I read was Turn of the Screw, which was like 50 pages or something. So, anyway, I'm here to give you the other half of my summer reads. I know I was supposed to put it out yesterday. Didn't feel like it. Sorry. That is Merlin. He's very talkative. He's not bugging me though. He's just, you know. He might shut up now. He's on AJ's lap. Yeah, the other day I gave you my bottom 15 books of the summer. You know, July, August, and September. I gave you my 15 worst rated books. And today I'm here to give you my 15 best or top rated books. So that'll be fun. Hopefully. Let's see. I will do better this week than last week. He's drinking out of your glass. I mean, seriously, I'm about to shut this off because that cat he's trying really hard to, you know, hey, Em, will you go just lock him up for just the video, please?
Yeah, I have to walk him by the table.
That's fine. Everybody's used to the mayhem that is our videos because of our stupid cats. And I mean, he's being really bad right now. He doesn't usually do that much, so I'm not going to start the list until she comes back through. So I am still reading Age of Innocence, a chapter a day. I've missed some days here and there. I'm through chapter 21. Oof, it's still just as boring. I'm not into it. I am, there she goes. I am 68 pages through Frankenstein in my Penny Dreadful book, the 1818 text. Loving it. Absolutely loving it. Actually tonight I'm gonna do a little marathon on that and try to, because it's 153 pages on my copy and I am through 68, so my goal tonight is to be, what is that, 32 and 53 is 85. So my goal is to get more than halfway through that. So 45 pages maybe. And it reads slow, so, but I don't mind, I like it. Anyway, let's get into the list. You guys have heard me waffle on long enough. You've, you know, dealt with our cats long enough. Hey, this is a family channel and they're part of our family. Everybody gets glared at, trust me. Even me. But anyway, here we go. At number 15, from July, August, and September, Murder at the Vicarage by Agatha Christie. 223 pages. This is her first, in order of publication or chronological thing, her first Miss Marple story, and it was my first Miss Marple ever because I've been reading her books in publication order, and I kind of liked it. Apparently not as much as Goodreads though. I gave it a 7.68 out of 10, which I guess next time I do this, I'm gonna put my ratings and then divide them by half or divide them by 2 so that they match the Goodreads rating, so I don't have to do the math on screen. Because I'm sure some of you are like, come on, man, just get it right. But 7.68 is, I don't know, what, 3.84 or 3, something like that. And on Goodreads, it's a 4.05. And that is across 183,079 ratings and 6,936 reviews. Yes, I always get those two mixed up. So, number 14. Well, anyway, on number 15, yeah, it was my first Miss Marple. So if you want to hear about that, if you want to hear my thoughts on Miss Marple, let me know in the comments, and I'll do a video based on just that. And that goes for all of these books, except for the ones that I've already done, which I'll mention that I've already done it. Speaking of which, at number 14, Luminaries by Eleanor Catton, 834 pages. I already did a review of this, an ups and down review. So go look for that. Type in Luminaries and the GKBC and you will find it. This was part of my Supersized Summer Big Book Challenge, where I read 5 books. I reviewed that too, so go look for that. And I gave this a 7.7 out of 10, which is 7.7. 3.85, I think. I don't know, something like that. Yeah, 3.85. I'm so sorry. And on Goodreads, it's a 3.74, and that is across 78,055 ratings and 9,063 reviews. I really like that. At number 13 was a big surprise to me. This is probably the biggest surprise I've had all year. An Unexpected Pleasure by Candice Camp at 415 pages. That was my bodice ripper for one of the months. Most of them have been just, but this one was much better. It had a mystery to it. There was like a murder mystery in there, and there wasn't as much will they, won't they, or how they going to get there, but it was more of the mystery, which I really enjoyed. Had a little bit of the history in it too, so it deserves to be this high, and I gave it a 7.72 out of 10. And Goodreads has it as a 3.84 out of 5. So I'm right close. I have it at a 3.86, so we're dead on that one. And that's across 1,051 ratings and 66 reviews. That is, by the way, the lowest rated and reviewed book on my top 15. Everything else is more. At number 12, I was actually kind of surprised that this got rated this high. I'm considering how I felt about it. But Gone with the Wind by Margaret Mitchell. 1,387 pages. I don't really have to say anything about that. It was what my entire book club was reading for the Big Book Challenge. And I gave it a 7.93 out of 10, which is 3.96. And Goodreads has it at a 4.31, so I was really below. And this is Hold On to Your Butts. Who knows what that's from? Anyway, there's your trivia question this time, everybody. Hang on to your butts, or hold on to your butts. 1,190,334 ratings. Ooh. And 23,625 reviews. That is insane. Over 1 million ratings for Gone with the Wind. You'd almost think Goodreads had been around since then to have that many ratings. Number 11, Highmore. More, M-O-O-R, by Graham Reynolds, 368 pages. This was my werewolf book for one of the months. 7.96 out of 10, which is a 3.98. And on Goodreads, it's a 4.09, and that's across 1,312 ratings and 189 reviews. And it's the start of, I think, a trilogy. So I might be reading the next two in the future sometime. At number 10 is probably the most popular book I've read all year. So far, anyway. Considering the number of ratings and reviews, this is going to be tough to beat for popularity, and that is The Handmaid's Tale by Margaret Atwood. 311 pages, and this was my science fiction for a month. I gave it an 8.02 out of 10, which is a 4.01. And in Goodreads, it's a 4.13. Now, you thought Gone with the Wind was a lot. Here we go. 1,925,637 ratings. And 91,082 reviews. That's a lot of people talking about this book. I'm sure that it had something to do with the excellent TV show. I will tell you this. The book follows the first season of the TV show, or vice versa, I mean. The TV show first season follows the book almost perfectly. If I was going to make a list, and who knows, I might in the future, it would probably be in the top 10 best adaptations, or accurate adaptations of a book out there. That's how good it is. Number 9.
Number 9.
Is Through the Woods by Emily Carroll. 208 pages. This was a ghost story. I've done a flip through ups and downs on this. Hand lettered, fantastic artwork. Go look for that. This book is beautiful, and it has earned a prominent spot on my shelf. I gave it an 8.11 out of 10, and it's a 3.94 on Goodreads out of 5. And it has 78,758 ratings and 10,053 reviews. Excuse me, and I loved it. Number 8 is Daredevil, The Man Without Fear by Frank Miller. 224 pages. That was my graphic novel for one of the months. I gave that an 8.21 out of 10. Basically a 4.1. And on Goodreads, it's a 4.24. So, and that's on 9,440 ratings, 627 reviews. It's Frank Miller basically retelling the origin and early times of Daredevil and when he meets Elektra. Like even when he's just a kid and his dad's still a boxer. It's really well done. The artwork is a little erratic, but it works with the story and the lighting and stuff and how dark Daredevil really needs to be. Okay, number 7, The Now of Brown by Glenn Dillon, 204 pages. This was my graphic novel, I think, in July. I'm not going to talk about this a whole lot. It's going to get its own video eventually on my top 100 graphic novels of all time. But I gave it an 8.29 out of 10. Which is what? 4.15 pretty much. And it had a 3.99 on Goodreads with 3,723 ratings and 367 reviews. It's, I think, criminally underread. And you will see why when I eventually get to that video. At number 6 was my K2 of the summer. Jerusalem by Alan Moore. 1,266 pages. What a beast. It was the crown jewel of my Supersized Summer Challenge. Brilliant. I loved it. I've already done an ups and downs on this, so go look for that. Got an 8.31 out of 10. And somehow on Goodreads it's a 3.99 out of 10. And it only has 2,795 ratings and 668 reviews. And I think that's because it was originally published in 3 volumes. And I read the combined book. So I think that the ratings are kind of like split between the combined and the individuals. So, but I think it deserves better than a 3.99 anyway. It's brilliant. But some people just don't get Alan Moore. So that might be it too. Okay, top 5 of the summer. At number 5, we have our only repeat author on the top 15. Oryx and Crake by Margaret Atwood, who wrote The Handmaid's Tale. This was another science fiction book, 389 pages, and I thought this was brilliant. Apparently this is the start of a series. I don't know how many are in it. I'm probably going to read further, even though I think that the first book is a fantastic standalone. It's almost like Atwood finished the book and it was perfect the way it was, and then it got popular, and then Handmaid's Tale took off, so she thought, well, I'll turn this into a series because maybe I can come up with more ideas for it. I don't know. I haven't read the other ones, but I kind of feel like the first one's perfect. So maybe I won't. Well, maybe not perfect, but, you know, it tied with Jerusalem, 8.31 out of 10, which is a 4.15, or 4.16 almost. And on Goodreads as a 4.01. And I thought it was really good. And that's over 259,774 ratings, which is third most among my best books, and 16,126 reviews. So, at number 4 is Home Before Dark by Riley Sager, 384 pages. This came in under Ghost Story, and I'm not going to spoil anything. Read it if you want to doubt shadows and noises and quiet spots or flickering lights. Let me tell you, this was amazing. And what's kind of funny, me and the doctor were talking about this, and I had never heard of Riley Sager before. I mean, I heard about books by the author on the BookTube, but Riley is not a common male name, and I thought this was a female until I looked up his books on Goodreads and found out that it was a man. So my apologies for pigeonholing the name, but you know, yeah, I know.
Cancelled?
Yep. But I have added every other book that he's published to my future TBR list because I love the way he wrote, and Home Before Dark was amazing. So that's number 4. Oh, I haven't given you the actual numbers. I'm sorry. That got an 8.42 out of 10 from me, which is a 4.21. We're getting into rarefied air here. And on Goodreads, it's a 4.08. And that's over 167,342 ratings and 22,506 reviews. So not bad. Now, the top 3 are less read than those couple there, but they really spoke to me. At number 3 is City on Fire, which was another of the Summer Big Book Challenge, or Supersized Summer Big Book Challenge books that I read. It's actually the only one of the 5, I'm sorry. It's one of the only, calibrate, sorry. Of the 5 that I read, I've done ups and down reviews on 3. I haven't done Gone with the Wind yet because we're waiting for AJ and the Grosmother to finish. And I haven't done City on Fire yet because I've just been procrastinating. But this was City on Fire by Garth Risk Paulberg, 858 pages. And it was neat in the format too. Like one of the characters writes her own fanzine thing, and it actually has 1 or 2 copies of that, like in the book, so you can, and it's in the format of the fanzine. It's really neat. There's a journal. There's handwritten letters on notebook paper type pages, an evidence folder from the police. It's put together really smart. And I gave that an 8.56 out of 10, which is 4.28 out of 5. But on Goodreads, it must not have resonated with a lot of people because it's only a 3.4. And that's across 14,747 ratings and 2,400 reviews. I kind of think that if it got read by more people, that 3.4 would go up because it's in my opinion, it's too brilliant to be that low. But the review on that will come. At number 2, now we're really getting somewhere. At number 2, Alaska by James Michener, 868 pages. This was another of my Supersized Summer Big Book Challenge books, and I have done an ups and down review for this as well. Loved it. It was an 8.91 out of 10 for me, which is, oh Lord, 4.45. Not bad. And on Goodreads, it has a 4.15. So everybody loves Alaska, apparently. And that's over 14,197 reviews or ratings. I almost made it. 14,197 ratings and 984 reviews. Oh well. It wouldn't be me if I didn't mess that up, right? But yeah, that's a good book. Michener knows how to write, and he definitely knows how to bring you into the atmosphere and the geography of the place. That's just something that he's like top notch about. He not so good on conversations and character development. He's better at like location development, and that's why you read his stuff, is to get the places. So I'm adding more of his books to my list. I've already read Space by him, which I loved. That's why I read Alaska. Plus, Brian Lee Durfee says that Alaska is one of his favorite books, and I kind of trust his opinion. And my number 1 book of the summer, just because it's right here, my number 1 book of the summer, Mouse Guard, Fall 1152 by David Peterson. Graphic novel for September. And Kim, if you watch this, I saw you had the paperback of this. This is why you want the hardcover. The thing comes off, and look at that. Look at that leaf. But it's got a map on the inside, and in the back, after the story, it's got like maps of the cities. But this was my best book read of over the summer months, including the beginning of fall, which was September. 192 pages, like I said, by David Peterson, who, by the way, is from Michigan, hometown boy for us. 9.44 out of 10. Which is a 4.72 out of 5. This is my second highest rated book of the year. I bet you can't guess what the number 1 rated book of the year is. Can anybody behind the camera? Go ahead.
Burt Reed's Barn.
There you go. Somebody knew it.
It took me a second.
But on Goodreads, it's only a 4.01. Maybe it's because it's short and it kind of does lead into the second book in the series. Because I think it goes winter and then spring. So I'm definitely getting the rest of those because this is good. And that's across 13,357 ratings and 1,238 reviews. That's my top 15 books read, top rated for the summer months and the start of fall. Yeah. If you want me to do an in-depth ups and downs on any of these, or any of the ones that were in my 15 worst, I will do that. If you've read any of these and you want to talk about them, let's do that. If I've inspired you to read anything, please let me know. We are at 78 subscribers, and we're very grateful for every one of you. We appreciate all the comments and all the likes and all the views. I mean, this is just so cool, you know. It's just a bunch of rednecks from the middle of Michigan talking about books, and sometimes books that aren't even popular, and people are watching it and commenting, and I'm making friends. It's pretty neat. Well, anyway, that's my top 15. Let me look on my list here and see what I have coming. Okay, we still got The City on Fire, Ups and Downs. What's in the Box, which is coming soon. we're gonna do another Dolores. We're gonna do Dolores Claiborne, which is gonna be the next book in our Stephen King book club review, where we do the movie and the book. I'm gonna review Powers here, and something that Roy Reads Anything requested from me a year ago. I don't forget when people want to hear about something, so I'm gonna do all that. But I guess until next time, read more.